another tutorial with me. My name is Crafty JoJo and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I'm going to show you today how to assemble the boom thingy. And you would need your cardstock. So you have 2 pieces of cardstock. This is actually not cardstock. This is the Foil Frenzy DSP, and it's too thin to be the cover alone. So I cover it with a second piece of cardstock in Berry Burst, and then you would need, this is going to form your cover. These two are going to be glued together, and then you need a piece of cardstock for the pocket that's going to be die cut with the florals, and you need another piece of cardstock for the left side where the tags go behind. So this is going to be die cut, and this is just a small bit on the right side. That's just a strip of cardstock. And for the belly band you need your cardstock in Berry Burst and the Foil Frenzy DSP that goes on top of it. And this is cut from a 12 by 12 piece, so that's why it's slightly longer than we actually need. But as I want to match the lines of the cover with the lines of the belly band, I leave it longer so I can still move it so that it matches. So let's just get... Oh well, I haven't mentioned this. Yeah, of course you need your designer paper for the inside, and you need to die cut 2 panels, and I've already stamped my sentiment for the front bit as well. So this is also done. So to start with the job, you need to just add glue, and I'm going to use wet glue, so that allows me to still reposition it. And I'm just going to glue these bits together. So a lot of wet glue. And I'm going to trim this bit off with my paper trimmer, because apparently it's not needed. So now let me take this one, because my Stampin' Up! Trimmer is already blunt again and I don't have replacement blades, so I'm going to use this one, just cut it. So this is my outside cover. I'm still going to give it a good rub. So this is what you have got at this point, and we are going to score it. And we're going to put the pink side up, so the Berry Burst, the inside of my album. Can you see it? Yes. And I am going to score at this. Oops, I just slipped. What's happening here? And I'm going to repeat this from the outside as well, because it's double layer of cardstock and it's very kind of stubborn. So once you've scored your lines, you're going to have to carefully fold it. This is going to be quite stubborn because it's a double layer of cardstock, but you will get there, just trust me. Just be careful with the Foil Frenzy when you use your bone folder on it, so you don't damage your foil. Alright, number 1. And this is number 2. Okay, so while this is drying, I've now already folded and burnished my score lines. This is a bit annoying, but I don't know why that jumped to here, but it's going to be covered by DSP later on, so it's not too bad. So the next thing we need to do is we have got our main pocket that's going on here, and I'm going to die cut it, and I'm using the Floral Phrases bundle that has these dies in it, and I'm going to use both of these. This, and I'm also going to use this. And before you can actually die cut this part, we need to score this as well. And this is the long side, and I'm going to score it wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Quickly scoring it. Make sure when you start scoring it that you score it on the long side first. And here I have made a mistake. And I don't know how this happened. Wait a minute. Okay, I've corrected it. I scored it wrong. So once you've scored it, this leaves you with a pocket like so. And before you actually are going to die cut this bit out from here, you first would need to fold all your score lines, because if you don't, you will struggle. Once the panel has been cut out, it becomes a very wobbly piece of cardstock, and it will be difficult to fold and burnish your score lines. So do that before. And this is what you got. And now you're going to place your die. Try to have to the first score line here, here and here roughly the same distance. Try to make it look symmetrical. And I'm going to get myself some post-its, which are here, which I did not put out on time. So I'm going to use a post-it sticky note to keep my die in place before I run it through my machine. And this bit here actually is going to cut my border. And I'm also going to put it in place with sticky post-it notes or anything else like low-tack tape or whatever you might have got. Will do the job. It's just about keeping it in place. And once I've done this, I'm going to run this through my machine, and I will be back. So this is what it looks like after you've run it through your machine. If you carefully peel off, this shouldn't happen actually. I thought this was low tack, but thanks God it's invisible, because this is going to be glued down. So carefully pull off. This one comes out here and it has cut there, and this comes out here. Quickly going to clean it, get all the bits out. I love it. There's one bit remaining, and that's it. Clean. So I'm going to put this away. I will need this for this one. And this is what you've got at this point. So the next thing you need to do is you're going to cut diagonally to this point. So just cut it there, and you do the same here. So this is the first bit, and the second bit you need to do is you need to form, oops, I nearly cut my nail. So you're taking out these corners here. So when you finish cutting, this is what you have got. And now you know why I said fold and burnish your score lines before, because otherwise it will be very tricky to assemble it. So before we can glue our pocket into our album, we need to add some glue to these little bits here and glue them in place first. So this is how I do it. A little bit of glue here and there, and then try to be precise. I have to use my tweezers. Here we go. So this is a very delicate piece of cardstock at the minute, and you do the same here. Line it up. Oops. Try to push it because you really want it to be very straight, because it's going to fit right into the middle section of your album cover. And if it's, oops, okay, so here we go. This is what we have at this point. And this will fit between these two score lines, so the inner score lines. And it fits exactly, so you have to glue it down before you put your DSP in. Because the DSP then later on is coming in and is going to cover the flaps, which are not very decorative because it's a look through. The pattern allows to look through and it doesn't look nice, and in order to hide them, the DSP goes in after you've glued in your pocket. Now this, you have to be really precise again. Try to line it up as good as possible. Use your own folder. To make sure when you put it in place you don't move it, just hold it in place with your fingernail or whatever. Make sure the album, when you close it, this is how it should sit. Alright, this is what we want. So this is the first bit. And we set this aside to dry, and we're going to quickly die cut the next bit of cardstock, which I can't find anymore now. Where have I put it? Bear with me. Okay, so the second piece goes in here. I've already scored the sides, and you do exactly the same. You try to eyeball it, to center it, and then you use sticky notes to keep it in place so that it doesn't move while you're trying to die cut it. And you're also going to use this border again, and also use sticky tape to keep it in place. Alright, I'm going to run this through my machine and I will be back. So this is what we've got after die cutting. So we peel off our sticky notes. They stick really well. And you take this off, and this is what you've got. And again, you're going to cut this by wedging it, so this comes off, and I'll wedge this, and I'll wedge this. So this is what we've got. I think I need to clean this later. Alright, at least my die is clean, just this one bit remaining, that's it, die is clean, and this one is going away. So this can go in the bin. Now this bit here goes to this side, and I forgot to fold it beforehand, so now you see my struggle. I'm going to use a ruler and fold my paper up. And here, this tiny wee bit, I'm just going to cut off free-handedly. So, if I'm happy with my fold, I'm going to burnish it. I'm not 100% happy with my fold here. Aha, here we go. So this is any better, and I'm going to... Okay, so at this point, this is what you've got, and this bit goes in here, and it goes in together with the DSP at the same time. And let me just think, because before we can actually do this, we would need to put the 3 magnets for the closure in place, because I want to hide the magnets under the DSP that goes in here. So the plan is to glue this in together like so, with this wrapped around it. So this goes in one play, in one go. This goes underneath here, or maybe I'm just going to swap sides. Actually, I'm going to put the pink behind my orange and the orange behind my pink. I think this looks better. I like it like this. And this is how it goes on. This goes on like so. This goes on later on like so. But before we can do that, we need to put in the magnets. I don't know how many of you have seen how I put in magnets. These are actually my magnets. I buy them on eBay. They're available in various sizes, and for this project I need 3 pairs, so they are really strong, so not so easy to separate. And I am using my tweezers. Pick one up like so. I'm going to apply a tiny wee bit of super glue, and then I'm just going to kind of pop it down. I'm pressing it down like so, and I do that with all 3. Oops, that was too much. If it was too much, what you do is just dip it on some paper, scrap paper, wherever. I'm going to go here. Can you still see it? Yes, it's still on camera. So that's the super glue is ideal to glue in magnets on paper. It sticks really well. This is just eyeballing, basically, trying to eyeball them with the same distance in one line. As they are going to be covered by the DSP anyway, it doesn't really matter. So we can still put this away. Now the question you all have is, how on earth is she going to transfer these magnets to the right side? Well, it's relatively simple. What you do is you slide them off. Oh, I better do that off camera, it takes me forever because they are so strong. Jumped straight away on there. They are really strong, I can tell you. So apparently you need to I jumped on here. Okay, need to get all the metal out of the way. So I want them to be on this side. Oh, I did it just the wrong way around. Oh well, never mind, you can still do it, because what you do is you just basically allow the magnets to find each other and they will sit in place. I just did that. So this one sits there. Okay, so what I did is I just these are the ones glued in, this is the outside, and I'm going to I've just popped them on, and if you add glue to this and you fold it down, they will sit at the right position from the inside, and that's what I'm going to do now. And I am probably going to use some of my acrylic clear blocks I use for my stamps, if I have got any clean ones. This one is dirty, I've already used it. Oh dear me. Just going to pop this inside and underneath. It's too thick. Alright, so what I'm trying to do is, when I close this, when you close it and you glue your magnets in place, you apply some pressure here. Okay, so as you have now glued your magnets with this little trick, you've glued them to the right position. So if you now close your album, there you go, and your magnets sit nicely in place. And this is now the time where you can actually glue in your DSP with your die cut bit. So this is why the order of how you do things is important. So apparently I'm going to add some glue to here, and I'm going to add some glue to my side bits here, and then when you turn it, you just try to straighten it out until you're happy with the position. I've oozed out some here. I'm going to use my eraser. Where is it? Here. This will take off excess glue. There we go. I'm going to do that at the side. Oh no, I just squashed this. My nails. So okay, so this is how you put the first bit in. Let me just close this off and put it away. That is really sticky. So that is the first bit, and your how do you call it? The tags go behind here. So I've just squashed this to bits. Oh dear me. Oh dear me. I'm just going to put this. Okay. Alright, so here we go. This is how it closes already. It's getting exciting. So this bit goes in here. So all you do is you add some glue to the back side, wet glue, and you slide it in. and then you just try to arrange it. Once you're happy, you just press it down, and this will conceal your flaps from your pocket. So that's a very neat solution, and I like it. I don't know what you think about it, but this is what it looks like. And this little bit has this strip, and I'm going to wedge these bits slightly, and then do exactly the same. Slide this on here. Wait a minute. Yes, much better. And I'm going to glue this on and cover my magnets here. So same procedure, you add some glue to these little panels here, and then you add glue to your DSP, and then you just aim for the right position, move it around until you're happy, and then make sure you really press it down well around your magnets, making sure that it sits between the magnets and not on top of one magnet, because that will significantly weaken the magnetic closure if it's an extra layer of cardstock between. So one of my magnets sits here, the next one sits below here, and the next one sits here. So this is how this goes in, and this is basically the inside ready. You would now need to create your tags and put the tags in, your cards and your envelopes, put them in here, and this is for your stamps. So I'm actually here, these are retired, but they were the bow paper clips embellishments, and I still have plenty of them, and I need to use them up. So I'm using 2 for this little project, because one of them will go on here. So this is where this one sits, and it needs to, because it's metal, the magnet sits here. Don't move it over here, it will disturb the closure, but it still closes up nicely, as you can see. And the second one is going to sit here, which is going to be covered by the front bit here, but these will actually hold the tags in place so they don't slide out. So I'm going to put this in here, and this is covered, as you can see. You don't see it anymore. So this is the inside of your album ready. What's left to do is the belly band, and the belly band consists of DSP as well as of die cut panels. I'm using, because this shape here, this is the stitched framelit dies. So I used the stitched framelit dies and used the oval, the biggest oval shape, and stamped my sentiment and die cut this. Whilst these 2 panels here, they are actually die cut with this set, and they are from Xcut, and you get it at docrafts.com apparently. Docrafts here, for those who are really interested. This is the scanner number. So this is what I have used to die cut these panels, but we don't need them yet because we still have to put our belly band around it. So what I did was I basically tried to align my belly band straight. I'm using my grid here, and I'm aligning my album, and I tried to eyeball roughly the center, and then just using a tool, and I'm folding it. So this is the first one, and now once this is in place, this is going to be straight, and I'm doing the second one, the second side, folding it, burnishing it, and now we do this side, and we do this side, And as you can see, this creates a little line that I'm going to fold and burnish. And while burnishing it, I make sure that it's straight. It doesn't exceed to the left or right of my belly band to make it straight. See, this would be like so, so I'm correcting it, holding it down there. And so this is how the belly band should fit. You have a slight overlap at the front. You have a neat fit here. And now the next thing to do is, you can actually glue this together already, because it's not going to make a difference. So glue it together. Whilst gluing it, make sure you line it up so that it's straight. It should have a tight fit, but not so tight that you can't easily slide it on and off. So just gently. And now the art is, if you want to put your belly band in, you have two options. You put it in so that it actually doesn't sit in the spaces between, and I actually prefer to have it aligned like so. So this is how I'm going to put my belly band in. I'm just going to put this down. Make a mark, fold it at the mark, which is slightly difficult with the foil frenzy because it's thicker than paper but not as thick as cardstock. So this is my first fold. Let me check. Yes, and I'm going to, well, it has moved slightly, so going to repeat. All right, yeah, this fits much better. So as you can see now, this is continuous, and I'm just going to pop this in here, and I'll do the other side as well. Whoops. And then just fold it and burnish. Okay. So I'm doing the two other sides, and I'll fold it on my scored line here. Alfie, what are you doing, Alfie? Yeah, what's the problem? What's the matter, chap? What's the problem, Alfie? You want to come into the video? You want to say hi? Oh, come here then. Hello. Say hi. I'm Alfie. I have a bad eye. Say hi. Yes. All right, Alfie. Can I finish crafting here? Come on, kitty. Go and find yourself a spot on the sofa. Okay. So that was Alfie with the eye injury. He has a nasty eye infection. So this is how your belly band should fit around, and you just glue it together as well. And I'm also going to add some glue apparently to the inside so it sticks to the belly band. Just going to adjust it. Needs to come down a bit. All right. So this is how you glue your belly band on. The next thing to do is to assemble the front bit. And the front bit consists of the big panel, the slightly smaller panel, and this, and a flower that I still have to stamp. It's from the brand new Orchid. What is the name? Wait a minute. Climbing Orchid. This is the stamp set, and I'm going to use these two stamps here. They are quite large. And I'm going to stamp the orchid, and the center is going to consist of these two, and I'm going to do this off camera because you don't need to see how I stamp, but I need to die cut it after that, so it's going to take me a few minutes to do that, but I will be back. But in order to layer this, I'm using dimensionals, and this is kind of the arrangement, how it's going to be, okay? Alright, so what I've done is I've stamped my bits to make the big orchid from this stamp set. I've also stamped 4 smaller ones because they are going to be the decoration of my cards, and I've stamped my sentiments and die cut it with the stitched framelit shapes, framelits, sorry, and I used the oval shape to stamp my sentiment, and I've stamped in Calypso Coral and Berry Burst because the cardstock here is Calypso Coral and Berry Burst. And this little center is this bit here. These two I've stamped with So Saffron and the Calypso Coral in the center. So that has created this. And then I used this Orchid Builder Framelit die set to die cut my stamped images. And now I'm going to show you how to assemble the orchids, because this is for the cards. We are going to do that later. And to finish off the belly band, you need these two bits. What you're going to do is you use your bone folder to curl this, sorry, just the wrong way around, to the front, so the upper part points towards you and the two lower bits are pointing away from you. So don't pull too hard, you might tear it. So you are adding some dimension to this, and these two bits are pointing upwards, both of them. So this is how I'm going to do it. And they fit like so. So I'm going to use a bit of my Tombow. Just going to add, come on, some Tombow. And I'm going to use my tweezers to pop them in place. So this is what we've got. And then I'm going to use a dimensional. I'm going to pop that to the back side of the stems, the flower stems that are stamped here. And this is the way they go in. So this is my orchid that I want to add to my front. I've already layered these two bits with dimensionals, and I've added dimensionals to my belly band, and I'm peeling them off now and put this in place. So here we go. One, two, three, four. Okay. So I'm going to aim to put this centrally. So just pop it down like so. And I think this looks gorgeous already. And this is going to be glued on here with wet glue, and my flower goes with a dimensional to the top. So I'm going to add some Tombow here. And I'm going to use a dimensional at the back side of my orchid. and I'm going to place it here. So this is my belly band for the outside of my album finished. So what's left to do is, if we open it, we still need to create our cards that go in here and our tags that go in here, and then this is your little project already finished. So these are the cards that we would need to cut. So we have 2 pink ones and 2 orange ones, and 3 tags. 2 of them the same length and one is slightly shorter, just to add some interest to it. And to finish off the tags you need the scalloped tag punch here. So you just slide it in and punch it, and you do the same here, and you do the same with this one. So this is the top of our tags already done, and I have used this recycled punch, and I love this, so I'm going to use this. Oops, this is hasn't cut nicely, so I have to see it has left 2 tiny bits here. So I'm going to just cut that off by hand. I don't want to hammer it down because it makes so much noise, but apparently it needs, yeah, see, if you hammer it, it cuts nicely. So I'm going to do this to my tags on the other end. Here we go. And this is our album, and this is where the tags go. They still need some ribbon. So I'm putting them in here, and that's my tags already done. And my cards are going to be decorated with DSP and my panels here, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. So here comes my DSP in. So I'm going to layer the pink paper on my pink cards and my orange paper on my orange cards. Just going to glue it, and then I'm going to add the color corresponding sentiment. So I'm going to put pink flowers on the orange card, pink orchids on the orange cards, and orange orchids on the pink cards, something like this. And I'm just going to layer this, and I'm going to do this off camera as well to save recording time. But basically this is the layout of the cards. Very simple, very basic and easy to do. So this is what my cards look like. I've just randomly glued my sentiments and my orchids on, and I would need to still create the envelopes, and I'm just going to follow the instruction, or you would need to follow the instructions of the envelope punch board for cards of this size, and create envelopes from your DSP, and just add them to your set. The back sides of the cards I was going to layer with white computer printing paper, and just use the trio corner punch again on 2 corners, opposing corners, so like one here and one here. I would put this in, and that would be the writing surface, because this is a card that is just like a postcard, so it's basically just a card, it's not opening up or anything. So you have the sentiment at the front and the white writing space at the back. I'm not going to do this on camera because I'm sure you will all be able to do that without my me demonstrating it. And to make the envelopes you would need the envelope punch board anyway, and the envelope punch board comes with instructions on how to use it. Just cut your designer paper to the size you need for your cards and follow the instructions, and just create 4 matching envelopes, and that's your set done. And I hope you like this little project, and you can purchase the PDF tutorial in my Etsy store. The link is in the description box, together with many other links. I don't know if you are already a member of my Facebook group. I would love to have you there. So if you fancy to join me there, just join and show me your makes, and just share your craft with us as well. I would love to see you there. And you can access a list of all the supplies that I've used for this project on my blog, and the blog address is in the description box of this video tutorial as well, so you find all the relevant links there. And thanks for watching and being with me, and I hope you enjoy making this project, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. Thank you. Bye.